I am so damn excited to finally be recording the first episode of my CRPG series. If you've watched my Dolak Town series, I've been mentioning it a lot, and I'm excited. Oh yeah, this is my cartography cam, as I'm calling it, um, because well, it's good paper. I have this setup is so fucked up. I have this is my window. Like over there is my window, and this is like on my windowsill, as you can see. Sorry, my voice is fucked. Um, I have it hanging from the middle of my window up there, and where you pull it up, and that's where yeah, like hanging there. And then I have like a box of cards resting on top of the webcam, so it stays. Um, and yeah, that's what I'm working with. So I have to go over here. Like my computer is over there. Um because yeah, if you know anything about old dungeon crawlers and whatever, a lot of them, most of them until late 80s, I don't like early basically until the 80s, especially in the what we're playing now. You don't got a map. You're expected to fucking map this shit out like you're playing D&D because it pretty much is D&D. But anyway, I want to preface this by saying I'm not okay, I just want to explain the dynamic of this. I'm not like a teacher. It might seem like I am because I have my little fucking funny ass avatar up on screen, and I have like a fucking pencil, but I'm not a teacher. I'm not like an expert on this. I'm really just I'm a student just like you, and I just want to share what I've been learning lately. So, I guess this is kind of like for people who wouldn't spend their time reading books and blogs and essays about this sort of stuff, but would still find it interesting. Um, but yeah, so don't go into this expecting it to be scripted and for the information to always be accurate. I'll try it to be accurate, but I'll probably say I'm stupid every now and then. But yeah, that's kind of what we're dealing with. And so what the hell am I playing? Um I'm playing the dungeon. As you can see, it says "Welcome to the dungeon." This is also known as pedit5, pedit5, as it also says there. It says, well, so okay. Eventually, I'll go. I have a lot of stuff to talk about that I'll talk about while I'm actually playing the game. But there's just a little bit of preface I want to do before I actually play the game. So obviously, D&D Dungeons and Dragons released 1974. It is a role-playing game. It's hot in my room. Hold on, I gotta turn my fan on. Dungeons and Dragons released 1974. It was the first ever RPG role-playing game. And then, so around this time, you didn't. This was this game, the dungeon. I'll call it pedit5. Pedit5 came out in 1975. Well, came out is generous term. It was made at least in 1975. Oop, I just fucked myself up with this pencil. Let me put it down. Um, and this was years before personal computers, right? People were still fucking around. Like this was still in the terminal era. Personal computers aren't around yet. You don't have your Apple II yet. You don't have your that one Tandy thing. It was called the TRS-80. You don't have your fucking Commodore PET. You don't have any of that shit. This is I think 3 years before that, 1975, 75, 76, 7. Yeah, 3 years. Um, so yeah, so this is what platform am I playing this on? This is on the Play-Doh. Play-Doh was it was a terminal. It was a terminal network, right? Oh, by the way, I will have tons of blog posts and books and shit linked in the description from where I got this information from. I'm kind of just reciting stuff I've learned from memory. So yeah, if you're actually interested in this stuff more than just watching it, please read those because honestly, it has been a very good quality of life. I'm happy. I've just been happier in my life ever since I've been reading all this shit. I don't know, I like reading history. But the what the hell was I saying? The the Plato. Yeah. It was for like learning and shit. It was like in universities all across the United States. It was basically pre-internet. You could connect to other people through the terminal, and it was supposed to be for learning. Obviously, it's in universities. But it has its own programming language called Tutor. These do have acronyms, or like these are acronyms. Let me see what it stands for. Well, like I know what it stands for, but like I forget. Nope, that's the Greek philosopher. Hold on. Um, Plato stands for programmed logic for automatic teaching operations, and it's language. What I say it was called? I don't even remember now. Tutor. Its language is called Tutor, um, which has a Wikipedia page, but it's not linked on. Okay, here it is. Tutor. Nope. Okay, Tutor does not stand for anything. I was completely wrong. Well, anyway, Tutor was a programming language, and it was made for you to where you can program like lessons and stuff. However, of course, this the audience of who was using this were university children, so of course they university children they aren't really they're older than me. Fuck. University students, well, definitely older than me now, if 1975, but you know what I mean. University students, I mean, this was 1975, like a year after. I mean, I think, if I'm not mistaken, Plato games were around since like 1973 or so. I know there was one like battleship, space shit, whatever. Um, but since the Venn diagram, what I'm trying to say, the Venn diagram of people in Illinois, which is where D&D, well, like yeah, where D&D spawned. The Venn diagram of people in Illinois who would play D&D and university students who were really passionate about D&D were apparently basically a fucking circle, because only a year after D&D released, we see pedit5. There were, this is pretty much regarded as the first CRPG, computer role playing game. Um, but of course, it's very muddy because um, system administrators, teachers, etc., they would delete all this shit because it wasn't actually lessons. It was bullshit ass games, and they didn't realize that they were witnessing CRPG history. Fuck you. Um, so they deleted this shit. That's why this is called pedit5, for instance, because it was named to blend in with the actual lessons. Because if they see something called the dungeon, they'll be like, okay, this isn't a lesson. I'm just going to delete it. But if it's called pedit5, it's more likely to go under the radar. But anyway, it kind of circled around in the Plato circles, and it was pretty popular. This pretty much regarded as the first one. There are other ones that released like end of 1975, early 1976. This wasn't the biggest one. The biggest one came later, just called D&D, and that one was supported for like continuously for like a decade. Um, but yeah, this was the first one, so that kind of gives you a sense. How am I playing this? Because obviously I don't have a Plato fucking mainframe terminal. I'm playing this through cyberserve.org, which is basically a Plato emulator. We can connect through the internet. So that's what we're playing on. And I do have a sheet of paper because the Plato keyboard, terminal keyboard was, different than a standard QWERTY keyboard. QWERTY keyboards don't have lab buttons or data buttons, so I have this sheet of paper that I'm referencing with my shitty handwriting to see what buttons to click on my keyboard, because it'll say, you can see it says on the screen like press neck or press help for explanations. So I can just refer to this sheet of paper and see, help is F6. So yeah. Yeah, that's kind of I don't know. I think that's all I had to say before I actually begin. So we're gonna do the preface. Preface over. This is the original dungeon game that appeared on Plato at Searle as pedit5 1975. It was written by Reginald Rusty Rutherford. So let's go help. So what is that? F6? help, right? Help. Wait, whoa, I'm trying to, okay, help. It is the year 666, okay, very mnemonic, the year of the beast. In the country of Ser Omn, near the town of Mersad, stands the ruined castle of Ramathing. Beneath the castle lay the terrible dungeons of Ramathing, an incredible maze of rooms and corridors occupied by horrid monsters and piles of ancient treasure. You are a brave young fighter preparing to enter this dungeon to kill monsters and amass treasure. For every monster you kill and every bit of gold, etc., that you bring out of your those are the only two ones. I don't, okay, that you bring out of your dungeon, you earn experience. The greater your experience, the better fighter you are, and the harder you are to kill. Your object is to reach 20,000 experience points and then retire from dungeonry with an established reputation. As a well-educated young person, you know how to use a sword and have a certain acquaintance with magical and clerical spells. These capabilities will improve your experience level. So yeah, as you can see here, your character is like a chimera of a fighter and a mage. See the details, enter one of the following. So yeah, I guess we'll go meaning of your personal characteristics. Your personal characteristics are your strength, intelligence, constitution, dexterity, and hits. So yeah, it removes what wisdom and something else. Oh, and charisma, because yeah, there's no dialogue, so that charisma at least makes sense, but no wisdom. The first four each range from 3 to 18 and have various effects on your capabilities. Um, Strength. Your chance of hitting a monster in combat depends on your level and is modified by your strength. For strength 7.7 to 15, there is no change. For strength 6 to 15, the hitting probability is 5 to 15% higher and you do extra damage. Yeah, so this is basically exactly how D&D was. Like for instance, if you have above a certain threshold in your strength, you get a modifier, a +1 or whatever to your damage. Intelligence, in a manner similar to strength, your intelligence modifies the probability that your spells will affect the monster, and the damage in the case of magic missile and blast bolt. Constitution modifies the number of hits you can take without dying. Dexterity determines who will strike first in a battle encounter, and hits are, of course, your hit points. You can keep going as long as you have one hit left. Cure spells restore your hits. For every level you have, you get 1 to 8 hits at random when you make level. That's a good. I like the way that's written. When you make level, +1 at the first level, modified by Constitution as above. So let's see. Constitution 7 to 14, 6 to 18. There. It doesn't say anything about intelligence modifiers or dexterity modifiers, but I do have like some guides open. From who the hell? From Lacuna, the CRPG Addict, and How to Make an RPG.com. That doesn't seem to have a title. But the only one I'm going to be referencing really is Lacuna's blog because it's very in depth. I'm not going to reference it much, but just if I have any questions, or really any like things I want to look at. It does have a map as well, which I won't be referencing, except to see that it does start in the bottom middle. So I'll start in the bottom middle of my own map. So yeah, this blog goes into details about the different spells and stuff and what they do. So yeah. Movement and operations. I'll probably have to write this down. Sorry, I love water. Oh, can you see me? Oh yeah, you can. When you are in the dungeon, you will always have some choice of operations. If a monster is present, you must fight or run. If a treasure is present, you must choose whether to pick it up. At any other time, you may move or cast spells. Movement follows the arrows, of course. To break through a door, press B, followed by an arrow indicating which door. Obviously, of course, this is based off of D&D, and classic, basic D&D. It loves having to make you break through doors for some fucking reason. Secret doors exist. There's a whole blog. I did read one blog post that was entirely about doors in D&D, but I don't know what blog I read it on. If I find it, I'll link it. Let me look. Did I? I don't know. Secret doors exist. These may be broken through as any other door. However, unless you detect them, 1 in 6 chance when you pass, they will still appear to be walls. And of course, doors always slam shut again. Monsters may live in the rooms you enter. Treasure will be found only in rooms. Monsters can also roam around the corridors. These tend to turn up at random intervals during your trip. So yeah, you've got the classic set monsters in rooms and roaming monsters, random encounters. You cannot run from a monster when you are in a room. You can do so in a corridor, but you may fail to escape. So yeah, one thing I do know about this game is that it's possible for like the first monster you encounter to be like the highest level dragon. It doesn't scale based on your level or where you are in the dungeon or any of that. You can just fucking die like immediately. So the advice that I got from the blogs, Jesus Christ, excuse me. I loved. I ate Arby's. That was yummy. Was to keep re-rolling at the beginning until you get a good character, pretty much. When you and your monster have combat, you take alternating swings at each other. Whenever you kill a monster, you gain experience points, and the nastier the monster, the more points you get. Experience range from 10 points for a kobold or a giant rat to 840 for a dragon. You also gain experience for any treasure you bring out of the dungeon. As your experience increases, you become more powerful. The section on magic, yeah. Your new experience level is computed whenever you leave the dungeon. Yes. So, in order to actually level up, you have to leave and escape the dungeon. Also, one other thing. This is also, again, exactly like basic D&D, where most of your experience points will be coming from treasure instead of monsters you fight. Time and turns. The time you spend in the dungeon is measured in turns of about 3 minutes each. The operations you can perform take the following number of turns. So if you walk one square, the fourth of a turn. Bust a door is half a turn. Cast a spell is half a turn. Fight battle is 1 turn. Kill sleeping or charm monster is 1 turn. Pick up treasure is half a turn. Some of these spells run for a certain number of turns as specified in the tables. There's a 1 in 6 chance for every 4 turns that the random monster would jump on you. So it looks 1 in 6 chance every 4 turns. So every 4 times you move, you have a 1 in 6 chance. That's not that bad. I hope. Okay. Let's look at the monsters. So we got the monsters you encounter come in 5 general categories and 6 levels in each category. You've got the evil men, levels 1 through 6. The different types of goblins, kobolds, goblins, orcs, hobgoblins, gnolls, and ogres. Monstrous animals, giant rats, lizards, ants, weasels, scorpions, and hogs. Undead creatures, skeletons, zombies, ghouls, wights, wraiths, and vampires. And mythical creatures, the ones that'll fuck me up. Sturges, harpies, gargoyles, medusas, wyverns, and dragons. In each sequence, the monsters are listed in order of increasing difficulty of killing you and increasing likelihood of hitting you. Yeah. So, evil men are the least, well, I guess, if you look at it on a case-by-case basis, kobolds are the weakest goblin, ogres are the strongest goblin. Yeah, so it kind of goes kobolds, goblin. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna feel. Yeah. So dragons, as you can see, then by the way, these sprites are so cool. So fucking cool. Play-Doh was very unique from other terminals at the time that it actually could make like these graphics. Like most terminals at the time were just text. And it was still like that way at the beginning of personal computers. I mean, you had basic graphics, but honestly, this is more advanced than the shit you'll find at the Apple II. Yeah, EXP levels. Damn, they really ain't giving you shit for that ogre. What the hell? I guess the man is just fucking powerful. Yeah. Let's see. Treasures. Treasure will consist of gold coins, silver coins, worth a tenth of a gold, gems, and jewel pieces. You may find a magic sword, +1 or +2. Yeah. So if this is like basic D&D, then 1 gold is 1 XP. Which I assume it is. Spell levels and explanations. Okay, here we go. Yeah. Okay. Hit die specifies the number of 8-sided die rolls to determine how many hits you can take before dying. The sum of the rolls modified by yeah. I don't think I really need to take into consideration anything that I'm saying right here. Okay. So for spells, as your experience increases, you will be able to use more spells in each trip. For example, if your quota is given as 3 + 1, you can use 3 first level spells and 1 second level spell during the dungeon trip. Got it. Okay. Note that you are assumed to know all the spells. The limit is on your memory and energy available. Yeah. So level 1 for magic, you've got Sleep, Charm, Light, and Magic Missile. Level 2, you've got Esp, Speed, Invisibility, Blast Bolt, Clerical, Cure Wounds. So yeah, in this blog, it does explain the spells, which I'll read what the blog says. The basic spells are Sleep. Yeah. Sleep is guaranteed to put any non-undead monster here. This blog is the one from Lacuna, by the way. The very in-depth blog on this. Sleep is guaranteed to put any non-undead monster below level 4 to sleep, allowing you to kill it. Charm has a chance to charm any human or goblin, allowing you to kill it. Magic Missile has a chance to deal damage to a monster and deals double damage to undead monsters. The advanced spells for that are Speed, which doubles the number of actions that you can make before monsters have a chance of appearing and guarantees that you strike first in combat and it wears off after some time. Blast Bolt deals damage to a monster and deals double damage to undead monsters. It cannot miss, but has a chance to deal only half of the regular damage. It uses up all of your remaining spell slots of every type. Okay, that's pretty fucked up. For your clerical spells, you've got oh, apparently the details are listed in the manual. Probably if I press enter, it would have told me about that. Oops. Well, honestly, what happens? Let's press enter and see if it tells me about them. I figured it just wouldn't tell me because fuck you. It does. Look at that. Okay. So yeah, puts an enemy to sleep. There is no chance of failure, but it works only on enemies up to level 4 and not at all on undead. Puts hypnotized into killing himself. Whoa, okay, Jesus. Spell may fail. Spell may fail. Works on any level, but only on men and goblins. Light, cast light around you, of course. Magic Missile creates a magic arrow that tries to strike your enemy. Damage 2 to 7 hits if it strikes. Double damage on undead. Esp eliminates surprise by any but undead, since the latter have no brain waves. Interesting. Invisibility useful for flight from disaster. Lasts 4 turns. You may not attack while invisible. Blast Bolt, a last gasp shot at a superior enemy. It puts 5 to 30 hits on them. 3 to 15 if they are able to duck part of it. The spell exhausts all your remaining energy for magic in a given trip. Clerical spells, Cure Wounds, replaces 2 to 7 hits that you have lost in battle. Of course, you can't get more than you started with. Serious Cure is the same, but 4 to 14. Detect Evil eliminates chance of surprise except by animals, which are neutral. Protection from Evil reduces the chance of being struck by an enemy by 5. That's really not that great. Prey increases your chance of striking an enemy by 5. Hold is 10% more likely to succeed than the magical charm spell. Okay. And only men and goblin types can be. Was charm the same way for that? Charm. Yeah, it was. Okay. Okay. Continual light reduces your chance of being surprised by 2/3. Lasts the entire trip. Dispel Myth disturbs mythical monsters only when you refuse to believe in them. They may leave in disgust. Not too effective on dragons who are very sure of themselves. Bastards. Okay, what does that mean when you refuse to believe in them? Well, I wonder how that translates to the actual game. It's 23 minutes in. I didn't realize that. Anyway, so yeah, Dispel Myth has a chance to dispel any mythical monster other than a dragon in the combat. Got it. And it also says, if you have them, I recommend casting Speed and Protection from Evil upon entering the dungeon, as the formal doubles the duration of the latter. Interesting. Okay, so future improvements. So yeah, this was sorry, move my mouse. This was of course before commercial computer games. So of course this was all within the context of the open source community. In response to user comments, the following improvements are planned: a new dungeon, probably multi-level, expanded character storage room, possibility of storing temporary character after use if room exists, slowing battle to round by round action reports, inclusion of surprise effects which make the currently incomplete spells useful. Rusty Rutherford. These were planned but never implemented. Paul Resch, Larry Kemp, and Eric Hagstrom took over from Rusty, rewriting the game as Orthonk, which had these features and more. So there you go. Yeah, this was the open source community before Unix. Well, no. Not before Unix, but before. Well, when I said that, I was thinking of Rogue, which I know was like 1980. Okay, so honestly, I think we should be good now. Return, press back to go to the dungeon. Okay, we're good to play, I think. Okay, enter the number your character you wish to run, or press lab to create a new one. Lab is F7. So here we go. Okay, strength 16, dexterity 7's bad. So if I should be able to press back, right? And it only hits 4, doesn't seem good either. Okay, back. And then, okay, which one's lab? 7. Okay. Okay, well, hit 1. Maybe hit 4 was good. Okay, hit 9. I'm just gonna roll a few times until I get something good. I don't really need that much constitution. I want good. What did it say? The had like a. Let's see. There's a certain spell for the different modifiers, or a certain level for the modifiers. I can't. What blog did I read the tip in? I don't know at all. I don't know. Okay. Oh, I might look at my fucking fuck ass Skyrim mouse. Okay. How do I go back? What are the keys? F7. Okay. Back is that. Okay. I want some good stuff. There we go. You know what? Yeah, that's good. Sure. Secret name. I think this is like the password to be able to play your character. Trans right. I like press next to store him. Yeah, so I press lab to actually run the character. Welcome to the dungeon. Press arrow to enter. Okay, now we're in the dungeon. Oh boy, hold on. Hold on. Okay. So, first thing I need to decide is how I'm going to scale this. If this is me, obviously, what happens if I press up? How far do I go? Okay, I go up to there. So I'll take that as one block, I guess. So I start like here. I don't know if you can see down there. No, not really. Anyway, I start there. And then I go up a block. And then there's a door here. Now I don't know. How should I indicate doors? Maybe as like a line? Like that? That could work. And there's another door up here, and then another door up here. Okay. Well, let's, I guess, go through the door on the right. So I press B and then right. Okay. So this goes into here. Just kind of goes. Can you see this? We're almost to the point where you can see it in terms of verticality. It goes down here. This leads down here, and then I assume, yeah. Here. Goes about here. Okay. And you go right one tile. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you go right 7 tiles. So 1. Is that including the? I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, I wish I did this up 1 square because the square at the bottom is like fucking tiny. Um, okay, I guess we'll try going right through this door. So we've got, oh right, I'll remove this top bit here because this goes up here and then up here as well. We have a door going through here. Ooh, big room. Very big room. Very, very big room. Seems to go up. You got this tile, we got this tile, and then that kind of goes over by at least one tile. And then it goes down. It goes over by one more tile, and it goes down, kind of like that. I know you can't see it very well, but you'll be able to see it better when it's actually more in the middle of this. Maybe if I were to like, can I move this a little bit more? No, I mean, I can't, it doesn't look very, I can't see it that well either. Um, See, is there treasure in this corner? Nope. Okay. Gotta break through this damn door. Break-in fails, of course. So now we'll go up by one tile. Yeah, okay. I'm following. If I go up another tile, there's stuff here. Here, I'll be right back. So I do want to see, you level up at first at 1500 experience. So that's kind of, I don't gotta leave the dungeon until I'm at least 1500 experience. Also, I'm not gonna mark the doors. I'm just gonna leave them open because honestly, it's more confusing to me to have the doors marked. So let's remove these. Try to at least without removing too much the information around them. Okay. What was I doing? Okay, we got a hallway to the right. Wait, we do have that goes up here. Yeah, but then that leads to it looking weird in case like okay, well let's just make it a half a wall. That makes much more sense. Right? Like that. Yes. I don't know why I didn't think of that. I was thinking too grid. I was definitely thinking way too grid. Okay. There we go. That looks better. Yes. Okay. I guess let's go down this passageway to the right, or hallway. So this goes over by two tiles into a door. Okay, break through the door. Whoa! The guy. Okay. Throw spell M or C. So I assume what in cleric? What's the other one called? Just mage? Yeah, mage and cleric. So this just looks like a dude, right? Oh, level 1 kobold. Okay. So, chance to charm any human or goblin. I guess I'll do charm, right? So that's a mage spell. So I'll go M and then I'll go charm. No luck. Press next to fight. Okay, nice. Treasure is 100 silver pieces. Okay, wait, did I kill it? That's shitty treasure, but I'll take it. Okay, I guess I killed it. Interesting. Okay. So this whole room just goes. I went in here and then it. I see. It just fits into this little area here. And there was a little treasure here. I don't know if the treasure will persist across runs or not, but I'm still gonna mark the treasure there. Wow, that really is low quality. It would be nice if I could like lift this up by like 100% for you to see it better, but I can't. Okay, now I gotta. Okay. What can I do about that? I don't know. Too bad. You use your eyes better. I don't know. This is only a 720p webcam and it's far away. All right. Break-in fails. Thank you, asshole. Okay. So now we're back to this hallway right here. So we'll go up by one. We got a door to the right. So I guess we'll go through the door. I haven't came across any wandering monsters. Jesus Christ, can you please break through the door? Ooh, level 3 orc. Okay, wait, I have to be right back again. I'm sorry. Level 3 orc. If I couldn't charm a level 1 kobold, I'm not too sure I'll be able to charm a level 3 orc, but I guess I'll try. Okay, can I? I'm pressing M and it's not Ming. I don't. M. Oh, right, because I used my one spell slot. Fuck, I forgot. I forgot I'm playing D&D. Okay, well, in that case, I'll fight and probably die. I won, really? Okay. treasure is one piece of jewelry. Okay. Ooh, so there's another door through here too. So we'll go like so. And then I will return back to the entrance to restore my hit points and my spell slots. There we go. Back to run the character again. F8. Okay. It'd be really nice to see. Okay, what if I press F6? Help lab. Like, just like to see my current level, that would be nice, but you know, it's fine. Okay, let's. Oh, wait, no, it was a. Oh, no! A level 3 gargoyle? Oh, no. Okay. Um. I could dispel myth. No, I don't have that. I could sleep it, right? I guess I'll try sleeping it. Monster's asleep. Press next to kill it. That feels pretty lucky, I can't lie. No, honestly, I shouldn't even. I should just go back and restore my spell slot. Oh my fucking god, the break-in fails is fucking killing me. Okay, back to run. Okay, what's back? Back is F8. Ooh, secret door. Look at that. Secret door. I mean, I guess I'll go through the secret door. I gotta modify my map a little bit here. Why can't I erase this? I'm not putting enough pressure. Secret door here. Sure, let's go through it. Okay, a basic square. There's a door at the bottom. God, what a shitty half square I'm working with. Okay. Interesting. There's nothing except another square. Maybe, I mean, there might be a secret door over here. So I guess I could try. There is! See, I didn't even have to try and break through it. Okay. Yes, let's go up here. Okay, or not. Or not. Treasure is 60 gold pieces. I think I'll take that. Okay, so now we're in a bit of a complex room to map out with my little brain. Okay, so we've got. I went in here. So yeah, let's make that. And then the next tile up is another door. And this tile is also a door. Oops, I didn't mean to go down like that. Yeah, that goes down here. All the way. Are these two doors next to each other? Yes, it is. I guess I'll go through the left door. Oh my god, this place is a fucking maze. Well, thank god I'm mapping it. Okay. So we went through here. We got another door right to the left of it. And then it goes up 2 tiles and another door here. Oh wait, yeah, I was gonna mark where I got treasure at, wasn't I? I'll mark here. If I remember. Let's go down here and see what's here. Okay, we've got a 3x2 room. There might be a secret door in here, but it is at least a 3x2 room. So I guess let's try breaking into places. No door there. No door there. No door there. Is that because there is no door there? Or because it's a break-in, like it just doesn't detect the door? I don't know. Break-in fails. Oh no, level 3 arc. Okay, let's try Charming it, right? Let's try charming it. Or is it? I think I should try sleeping it first, even though it's an orc. Yeah, because that I can just kill it just like that. Okay, so let's head back to the beginning to get my spell slot. If oh yeah, it doesn't even keep the secret door after I've been there. That's annoying. It's also annoying that it's break and fails all the fucking time. Okay, that should just be here. Yeah, okay. F8 to go back. Okay, let's keep crawling to the left here. I had stuff I want to talk about, like while I'm playing, but I'm too enthralled by actually playing it. Oh no, that's not good. Level 5 Wyvern. Um, I don't think I'm gonna be able to put that to sleep. I don't think I'm gonna be able to fight it. I think I'm about to die. Yep. Well, we start the hell over, I guess. Press next to begin, and we got F8. Oh wait, yes, sorry. It's lab and back. Okay. So I just gotta keep rolling, pretty much. No, strength 7. Okay, that's no. I want high intelligence is the thing. I'm just gonna keep rolling until I get high intelligence, like 14 plus an intelligence, honestly. Okay, I just got it, but I was too quick on the fingers, so let's slow it down. Okay, 17 intelligence is a lot, but the rest of that is pretty low, honestly. But no, I want better other stats. I want high intelligence and I want high everything. Mm, not bad. Actually quite good. Only 2 hits though. I can't take that. I can't take only a 2-hitter. Damn, I wish I took that other one now. I want 15 plus intelligence, honestly. Only 2 hits on that 14. Okay, okay. You know what? I could talk about stuff while I'm doing this. So the first topic, while something I'm not like, eventually in later episodes I'll probably expand on it from stuff that I'll learn in the future. But um D&D obviously in 1974 didn't just spawn out of nothing. It had to have had but only 6 strength. This shit all sucks ass. Okay, I think I skipped a pretty decent one. Obviously, it had to have some contextual, cultural thing that resulted in it. Um, and really, it can all be traced back. Of course, it can be traced back before this, and that's something I'll get into in the future. But really, the earliest that it can be traced back directly to is 1800 in Prussia, when some dude okay, actually, this character, but only 2 hits is so like, I don't know, 2 hits is not a lot of hits. But I think I'll keep this one. I don't know. What's a fast? I don't. Um, I just need some fast that I can write in. Um, Marge. No, that's not fast. What's going on? Wait, grass. Okay, let's run him. Lab. Okay. Um, but it can be traced back to. Okay, so the treasure is not the same across runs. I'll keep that in mind. We'll remove these. 300 silver pieces isn't great though. That's like 3 gold, or like 30 gold. But whatever. Um, God damn you. Okay, put to sleep. Kill it. 400 silver pieces. Okay, let's go back now. Yeah, can we trace back to? I keep having to check which button's back. Okay. It can be traced back to 1800 in Prussia, where Kriegspiel was created. And that was um, inspired by stuff like chess. But I'll learn more about that eventually. But Kriegspiel was it translates to war game. It was the first war game, um, and it was just some dude created it. It was the Prussian army, and it used like real statistics and stuff to which door did I come in through? This one? Nope, not this one. I'm scared. The door's invisible. That's why I couldn't see it. It uses like real statistics to of like neighboring armies and stuff to determine the game. And you control like the army. You just basically do a war, but it's a game. And at first in 1800, the rules weren't like super like fleshed out, obviously, because it was like the first of its kind. So the rules weren't great, and people like had some complaints and stuff. Um, but then eventually, like the rules got more refined. Okay, which room am I in? I just went through here, so now I could go. I think I'll go back up here. Oh, you motherfucker. Okay, let's try sleeping it. Monster sleep, press next to kill it. Oh my god, well, I'm dead. Okay. Um, okay, what are the buttons here? 7 and 8? Nope. Oh, next begin and then 7 and 8, right. But it got refined over the next like few decades. Um, because they were like this game like there weren't many rules for like combat, for instance, so it was all like way too arbitrary. Um, they were like, this isn't we can't like play this, but it eventually got modified more and more, and then like it got to a point where it's like, okay, this is actually like this works pretty well. um but then the like creator or something got like banished. um it got banished, and then it kind of disappeared from the zeitgeist for about 40 years until like 1860. And it was being kept alive in very like small circles by hobbyists who knew of it, and just kind of kept it alive. Eventually it was revived, um and like given new rules and presented to the Prussian military, and they were like, okay, this is awesome, we're going to use this in war. um and if you know anything about war games today, you'll know that war games are like, oh wait, when I was pointing over here, you couldn't even see it because my big ass character's head. Should I move that? I don't know. It kind of it's kind of chill, like overlapping it. Well, who cares? Um, what was I saying? Oh yeah, and they were like, okay, yeah, well, yeah. If you know anything about, okay, this is a good character. If you know anything about war games, you know that they're still used like by like every major military as a method of strategy. And Prussia's victory over France, wow, that's very unlucky. Prussia's victory over France is largely 4 gems is pretty damn good. What's that in XP? Oh, there's no door down there. I just leave. So does it tell me when I level up? Or do I just gotta like... So wait, what did I just got gems. Those can grant between 100 and 600 experience each. Oh, if you choose to create a temporary character at the beginning of the game, you can press back after leaving the dungeon to immediately re-enter with the same character. Oh, wait, that's what I just did, obviously. Okay. Um, back. Yeah, I press back. Um, but yeah, Prussia's victory over France in 1870 is largely attributed to Kriegspiel because okay, so this is an undead, so I can't cast it to sleep, right? Um I'm gonna have to do if the monster is a human or a goblin. Okay. Otherwise, if the monster is undead, you have only one spell slot, cast Blast Bolt. Got it. Is Blast Bolt mage? Sounds like a mage spell. Oh, well, I don't have Blast Bolt. Right, because that's level 2. So I have to cast Magic Missile. You killed it. All right. Pretty good. Break and fails. Um, because Prussia didn't have like military prowess in terms of like supplies and power compared to France. Like they weren't like super duper stronger than them or anything. Um, so it was attributed to them using war games. Um, so then eventually that got adopted into militaries within like the next decade. And yeah, it's still, and then obviously it's still used in militaries, but that kind of kept as a military thing. Okay, so if I'm here, then yeah, let's try going back up here. 200 silver pieces, sure. Okay, so this area goes kind of, whoa, my pencil. I almost just dropped my pencil down my vent. Okay, this area goes. You can't see what I'm drawing there, but pretend it was cool. Um, Level 5 giant scorpion. Jesus Christ. Okay. Well, okay, let me finish my sentence. Yeah, it was kept as like a thing for its professional side of things and like in the actual military for about for talking when it was implemented like it started being implemented worldwide like in the 1870s. It was kept professional for about like 80 years. Yeah, like 80 years. There were of course some hobbyists during that time, but it was not a big thing at all. um because there weren't any like commercial war games. You had to like know about them because like you study history or you were in the military or whatever. Like you wouldn't have gone to the store and bought a war game. But there were still hobbyists, and that eventually led um, into tactics. Here, wait, I need to cast this guy to sleep. No luck. I'm dead. Okay. So can I resume my own character is what I want to know. Like if I press enter the number of the character you wish to run or press lab to create a new one. Next for more spaces. Like is my character going to be in here? No. So I do have to create my own character? I see. I think this is the people. I don't know. I legitimately don't know. Okay. Um, I need better hit points, I feel like. But that eventually led into Tactics, which was the first commercial war game that released, I think, 1953. Um, so that was the first war game that you could actually like find on the shelves or whatever. Um, and that led into it becoming a hobbyist. Um, genre. It was still very small, obviously bigger, but still small, um, and mostly centralized in like the Midwest for some reason. Um, but that eventually led into Diplomacy, which was a war game, and it's from late 50s, early 60s, and it's notable because it was the first war game where you role play pretty much. You role play as a character. So you still control in Diplomacy, which is still played hella today, by the way. In Diplomacy, it's still a war game in that you control an army and stuff, but you actually like role play as an army general, a mayor, uh, like a student body head or whatever. So you actually role play as a character, while also doing the war game stuff. And I mean that's obviously very notable that you can see the direct influence that then had on Bronstein. So Bronstein, let me get the name right on who created it because it's important. Okay, David Wesley, right. Um in 1969, David Wesley created a little game called Bronstein. And basically, to put it in layman's terms, it was D&D's, but okay, hold on. To put it in layman terms, it was D&D but with no rules pretty much. Um like there weren't rules for combat or really like rules for anything. Um but yeah, like you I mean D&D in the sense that like you control your own character in it. Um like there were like non-military roles and stuff. Maybe it wasn't. I think I was wrong when I said diplomacy had the non-military roles. Yeah, I think I was. Yeah, I was wrong about that. Sorry. Diplomacy doesn't have stuff like a mayor. Diplomacy, you just role played as the general. Bronstein then added stuff such as role playing as like a mayor, um, and such, where like you're not directly controlling the actual military and stuff. Um, so yeah, so Bronstein was the first game where like, or the first war game where it had players role playing as non-military, like generals or whatever. I was wrong about diplomacy having that because yeah, okay, sorry. Um, anyway, one of the players of Bronstein was, I believe, yeah, one of the players of Bronstein was David Arneson. So then eventually David Wesley, are they both David, really? Oh, Dave Arneson and David Wesley. Okay, well, fuck you. David David Wesley, he eventually left to go to the military. Um, but one of his players, Dave Arneson, was like, wait, this is cool. Um, so he was like, I wanna expand upon this, you know? I wanna make this into like an actual game. Okay, this is a really good character. I wanna make this into like a game. Um, so he eventually found Chainmail, which is a war game from 1971, um, which had a fantasy supplement in it. Um, Lab 7, which had a fantasy supplement. Well, Chainmail was for medieval war games, and it had a fantasy supplement inspired by J.R.R. Tolkien, because this was about the time that J.R.R. Tolkien was becoming popular in the United States through like paperback, like yeah. Um, it's a gargoyle. Let's put it to sleep. There we go. That was fucking lucky. Um, God, it's always so fucking hard to start your run back. Okay. Um, so he saw that, and he, of course, since this was still in the small Midwest, like Illinois community, he got into contact with the guy who wrote Chainmail, which was Gary Gygax, I believe. Gary Gygax? I think that's right. Yeah, I think it was Gary Gygax. Um, and then they got together, they theory crafted, they pulled inspiration majorly from Tolkien and um, their old friend Wesley's game Bronstein, and they created D&D. And that's it's a very simplified version of it, and I'm sure in future episodes I'll have more information to say on that from stuff that I read. But since this is obviously about, or this series is obviously about, um, okay, so this is level 4, so I can't cast sleep to this. So I can cast charm though. So let's see. Charm, no luck, fight, dead. Oh shit, I'm on like a next level of shit. Oh my god, how do I play? Oh no, I did back. Okay, 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 wait, wait, wait. How do I go back? Back for previous lessons. Back. Okay, there. Nope, it's not here either. Where is it? I'm on the lessons. How do I go back to the lessons? How do I leave the lessons? Back. Okay, here we go. Here we go. But yeah, since this series is about um computer RPGs, most of the stuff I'm reading about were about RPGs. But I at least wanted to say that. And I think I have a lot more to say, but I think I'm gonna keep it for the next episode. So yeah, next episode you'll hear me talk about um shit. More just bullshit really. So yeah. I hope you enjoyed it. This cam kind of sucks though. I need to like move my character or something. I like my character where it is though. Maybe I need to like hmm. Eh, it's fine. Well, anyway, yeah. Goodbye.